Have you ever pondered the possibility that aliens might be microscopic entities cohabitating our world? When we think of aliens, our minds often conjure up images of strange, humanoid or monstrous beings shaped by the countless works of science fiction and popular culture. They're typically depicted with advanced technology, traversing the cosmos in sleek spaceships, communicating with indecipherable languages, or in some cases, through telepathy. But what if this perspective is limited? What if it's a reflection of our human-centric view of life? It's easy to fall into the trap of anthropocentrism, the belief that human beings are the most significant entity in the universe. This perspective often shapes our understanding of extraterrestrial life, leading us to imagine beings similar to us. But is this the only possibility? Are we inadvertently narrowing our search for extraterrestrial life by focusing only on what we know and understand? Now let's take a moment to consider a different possibility. What if these extraterrestrial beings we're so curious about are not giant, green and humanoid, but are instead microscopic creatures, so tiny that they're living among us, unseen? What if our kitchens, our gardens, even the air we breathe is teeming with alien life that we're yet to recognize? As we walk through our daily lives, we are surrounded by countless microorganisms, invisible to the naked eye. These tiny creatures are a testament to the incredible diversity of life on our planet. And if life here on Earth can exist in such a myriad of forms, who's to say that extraterrestrial life can't do the same? Imagine for a moment a world where the alien beings we've been searching for are not light years away, but right here under our noses, living in a drop of water or a speck of dust. It's a concept that challenges our preconceived notions of extraterrestrial life and forces us to rethink our understanding of the universe. If we shift our perspective, we might find that we are not alone, even in the most ordinary of places. So how can we comprehend the notion of microscopic aliens? To get our heads around this, we first need to understand the concept of extremophiles. These are organisms that thrive in extreme environments, conditions considered deadly to most life forms on Earth. Extremophiles are found in places like the bottom of the ocean, in volcanic vents, or even inside rocks deep within the Earth's crust. They survive in temperatures above boiling point, in high radiation, or in the absence of oxygen. Now imagine, if life can exist in such harsh conditions on our planet, it's quite possible that it could exist in similar conditions elsewhere in the universe, albeit on a microscopic scale. But where could these microscopic life forms come from? One theory is the concept of panspermia. This is the hypothesis that life exists throughout the universe, distributed by various means. Picture space dust, meteoroids, asteroids, and comets as cosmic delivery vehicles, carrying microorganisms across galaxies. Even our spacecraft could be unintentional interstellar delivery guys, potentially spreading Earth's microbes to distant planets or moons. These microbes could survive the perils of space travel due to their ability to enter a state of suspended animation, essentially hibernating until they find suitable conditions to come back to life. And it's not just about survival. Some scientists speculate that these tiny travelers could evolve in their new environments, potentially leading to the development of completely alien life forms. So if panspermia is a reality, then it's plausible that Earth itself could have been seeded by such microscopic life forms at some point in its past, and that these tiny pioneers could be the ancestors of all life on our planet. In essence, the universe could be teeming with life at a scale we are yet to fully comprehend. So next time you gaze up at the stars, remember the aliens we've been searching for might not be in UFOs or distant planets, but could be all around us and within us, living life on a scale that's truly out of this world. Imagine an unseen universe bustling with life right under our noses. The idea might seem like a sci-fi fantasy, but let's embark on a speculative journey together. Consider the immense diversity of environments on our own planet. From the crushing depths of our oceans to the thin, frigid air of the stratosphere, life has found a way to thrive. These invisible aliens, these microscopic life forms, they could be anywhere and everywhere. In the ocean's abyss, where sunlight has never reached, organisms have evolved to withstand extreme pressure and cold. Here, our microscopic aliens could be eking out an existence, thriving in conditions that would be fatal for most life forms. Meanwhile, up in the stratosphere, where the air is thin and temperatures are below freezing, certain bacteria on Earth have been found to survive. The resilience of these tiny organisms could be mirrored by our invisible aliens living a lofty existence far above us. But how might these microscopic aliens function? Well, let's draw parallels with known microscopic life forms on Earth. For instance, bacteria, the simplest forms of life, function by absorbing nutrients from their environment, growing and dividing to reproduce. These invisible aliens could operate in a similar manner, absorbing whatever they need from their surroundings, be it light, heat, or specific elements. And what about communication? On Earth, many microscopic organisms communicate chemically, releasing and detecting specific molecules. Could our invisible aliens have a similar system, a language of chemicals undetectable by us? Finally, consider viruses. Not quite living, not quite non-living, able to hijack the machinery of a cell to reproduce. What if our microscopic aliens function in a similar way, existing in a state that we have yet to define, operating on principles we have yet to discover? The invisible universe is just as fascinating and expansive as the one we can see. It's a realm of possibilities, a testament to the boundless potential of life, and a reminder that we have much to learn about the cosmos, both seen and unseen. What does this mean for us and our understanding of life? The existence of such microscopic extraterrestrial beings would require us to rethink our current definitions and understanding of life. It means that life as we know it is not limited to the macroscopic world. It expands the notion of life beyond the realm of visible perception into realms that are as vast and complex as the cosmos itself. Imagine a universe within a universe, teeming with life forms that we are yet to fully comprehend. The implications of this concept are far-reaching. It could revolutionize fields like medicine, technology, and environmental science. In medicine, a better understanding of these alien microorganisms could lead to groundbreaking treatments and therapies. If these beings have evolved to survive in extreme environments, they might possess unique biological mechanisms that we could harness for medical advancements. In the realm of technology, these microscopic beings could inspire the development of new materials or systems. Biomimicry, the practice of designing systems modeled on nature, could take on a whole new dimension. We could be looking at the creation of microscopic machines, drawing from the structures and functions of these alien life forms. The field of environmental science could also benefit. If these microorganisms can survive in harsh conditions, studying them could provide insights into how life can exist in the most inhospitable places. This could inform our strategies for environmental conservation and restoration. It could also help us understand how to make life sustainable in space, a crucial piece of knowledge for our future explorations. But perhaps most importantly, the existence of microscopic aliens would remind us of the limitless possibilities that the universe holds. It would be a testament to the diversity and resilience of life, pushing us to rethink our place in the cosmos. It would urge us to question, to explore, and to seek out the unknown. These microscopic beings could redefine our understanding of life as we know it. So are we truly alone in the universe? The question has been pondered, probed, and puzzled over. And while we've yet to receive a definitive answer, we've certainly added some fascinating possibilities to the cosmic conversation. In this discourse, we've traveled down the rabbit hole of the alien concept, a journey that led us to the very edges of our understanding and beyond. We've explored the idea that extraterrestrial life might not exist in the far reaches of space, but rather right here on Earth, hidden in plain sight at a microscopic level. We've delved into the science of small, examining the mind-boggling world of quantum physics and the universe of possibilities it offers. We've explored how the same physical laws that govern galaxies could also govern the interactions of the smallest particles, opening up the potential for an entire cosmos of life existing at a scale far beyond our current comprehension. We've ventured into the invisible universe, a realm where the unseen becomes the undeniable. A place where the ordinary becomes extraordinary and the familiar becomes fantastical. We've pondered the potential for life forms so small they evade our detection, yet so complex they could rival our own existence. We've grappled with the implications, the profound impact this concept could have on our understanding of life, the universe and everything in between. How the discovery of microscopic alien life could redefine our place in the cosmos and challenge our very notions of what it means to be alive. And now we arrive at our grand conclusion. The concept of microscopic aliens is just that, a concept, a tantalizing theory that, as of now, remains unproven. But isn't that the beauty of science? The unknown, the unexplored, the unanswered questions that drive us to keep seeking, to keep asking, to keep exploring. So the next time you feel alone, remember you might be surrounded by a universe of life just too small to see.